Case against dancehall artist Skipridge postponed to September 19. The case against dancehall artist Skipridge, who is being accused of promoting gang violence in a song, was yesterday postponed in the St. Catherine Parish Court because the case file is incomplete. Skipridge, whose given name is Marlon Puckett, was charged by the police over a song that they claim endorses gang violence and pays tribute to alleged one other gang leader, Authentic Mandabon, who was fatally shot by police. The 45-year-old is charged with the use of audio and audiovisual communication to promote criminal activity. In court, acting senior parish court judge Daniel Gale was informed that a report from the Police Communications Forensic Cybercrime Division is still outstanding. As a result, the case was pushed back to September 19. Skipridge is out on station bail. According to allegations, on January 25th, the police heard and saw a WhatsApp recording that allegedly contains lyrics endorsing criminality, the one other gang, and threat against the police in retaliation of Laban's killing. An investigation was launched revealing that the song titled Stay for Freestyle was performed by Skipridge. He, along with several other men, was listed as a person of interest by the police and asked to turn himself in. The entertainer admitted to recording the song for a promoter, but stated that he had no ill intent. He later surrendered to the Spanish Town Police, accompanied by his lawyer, and was subsequently charged. He is being represented by attorney at law Patrick Peterkin. Advocacy group calls for Jamaica to end racist policy against Haitian asylum seekers. Accusing the government of racist and unlawful policies, advocacy group Stand Up for Jamaica is decrying the treatment of Haitian refugees for the repatriation of 50 Haitians on Tuesday. In a recent statement, the group said the Jamaican government's racist policies towards Haitian asylum seekers are not only unjust and inhumane, they are unlawful. Stand Up for Jamaica joins other human rights organizations in calling on the government to respect and uphold human rights, honor its obligations under the international treaties, and respect the human beings with dignity. Jamaica has ratified the 1951 Refugee Convention and its 1967 Protocol. We are legally and morally obligated not to return anyone to the country where their life or freedom is threatened. Yet we are watching our leaders do just that repeatedly, it continued. The group went further to accuse the government of obstructing those working to help migrants. Legal access is being denied. Human rights defenders are being shut out of detention centers. Lawyers, like Marlene of Freedom Imaginaries, are barred from seeing clients. This is not just unjust, it is unlawful and shameful, it contended. Referring on May 18 landing of over 40 Haitians in Portland, where the French Creole migrants were summarily detained upon their arrival in the country, the group noted they have not been committed a crime. They came seeking safety, and instead they are being treated like criminals. No due process, no asylum hearing, no compassion. The conditions in which they are being held are appalling. Stand Up for Jamaica cited reports of overcrowding, lack of hygiene, inadequate access to food and water, and severe emotional trauma in the centers, maintaining that no human being should be held in such degrading conditions. What is happening to Haitian refugees on Jamaican soil is nothing short of a scandal and a national shame. Our government, in direct violation of international law and the fundamental principles of human rights, is forcibly returning Haitian men, women, and children to their very conditions. They are fleeing chaos, persecution, and death, it noted. It described the decision to return the group of migrants to Haiti as a total disregard for humanitarian assistance and for human life. Haiti is currently in the throes of gang war, being waged by criminals against security forces in certain areas of the country, where the United Nations says has forced thousands out of their homes and they try to find safety. Also affecting the country are displacements due to environmental factors and the slow collapse of medical services. National ride-hailing policy to be put in place by next April. Transport Minister Darrell Voss says he is aiming to have a national ride-hailing policy in place by the end of this fiscal year. In January 2025, Cabinet gave approval for the development of the national ride-hailing policy to establish the regulatory framework for the operation of ride-hailing services in Jamaica. In his contribution to the sectoral debate published in Parliament, Val stated that work is now ongoing to prepare the policy document. He says a steering committee is being established to provide oversight to the development of the policy. Further, he says work is underway to advance the policy to the Green Paper stage within the next 3 months, at which time, pending Cabinet approval for tabling in Parliament as a Green Paper, the general public will be invited to provide feedback. The Minister will ensure that the draft policy is exposed to the scrutiny of the public, as all efforts are now being made to have it approved and promulgated by the end of this fiscal year, March 31, 2026, he noted. Murder convict granted leave to challenge parole refusal. A murder convict at the Tower Street Adult Correctional Facility in Kingston is hopeful for a shot at freedom after the Supreme Court granted him leave to challenge the parole board's recent refusal. Orin Baldy, who has been incarcerated since 1998 for non-capital murder, has been eligible for parole since 2016, but has faced repeatedly denial despite his effort to rehabilitate. Latest refusal came in a letter dated November last year. Last Friday, Justice Andre Thomas granted him the right to seek judicial review on the board's decision. His attorney, Hugh Wildman, stated that he had denied a fair hearing, violating his constitutional rights under Section 16 of the Charter. Justice Thomas argued that his client was entitled to a fair process. Barley, who spent years particularly in rehabilitation programs, earned an associate degree in business administration with second-class honors. He expressed hope that the court's decision could lead to his release after a long period of incarceration. Wellman said he was encouraged by the development and optimistic about the outcome. Mali claimed that the parole process has been unjust, citing that parole board failure to grant him a hearing or provide reasons for its decisions. He is seeking a declaration that the board's refusal, conveyed by letter, is procedurally improper and unlawful. He also wants a decision squashed, arguing that it is irrational and violates his rights. Among his grounds for appeal, Barley points to a significant rehabilitation efforts, including completing his associate's degree through the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean while incarcerated. He believes that after more than 2 decades in prison, his progress warrants serious consideration for parole. I have a right to be heard in all such matters regarding my application and any allegations that affect the consideration of my application, he stated. He also refutes claims made by the parole board's report, including allegations of suspicion from his educational program and the need for psychiatric evaluation. Those allegations in the report are completely false, and I have not to this date been given an opportunity to answer to those allegations, he added in the court document. Furthermore, he alleges discrimination, noting that another inmate in a similar situation had his parole granted despite Barley's superior performance in rehabilitation programs. My continued incarceration is unfair and unjustified when I have clearly improved more my peers and they have been granted parole while I still have all of my 4 applications refused, he noted. Wellman, in the meantime, said the court had given him 14 days to file the claim to squash the board's decision, and the documents have been filed. He is now awaiting a date for the hearing. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.